Get Facebook popping.
All right. YouTube, how y'all doing out there? Peace. It's good to be back with you, and I'm happy y'all with me. Peace. We got Facebook chiming in on us. We're about to get this thing started. We got a real intro for everybody. So sit back, grab the popcorn, and start chomping. Start chowing down. Yeah.
Ran out of words?
Yeah, I pretty much ran out of words. You know what I mean? I was waiting on Facebook, get this thing started. All right, Facebook and YouTube. Now we are officially getting started here. Welcome to the Warrior Report, where we talk that talk and we walk that walk, raising vibrations and elevating thought. Peace. I am the Black woman's lover, the Black man's brother, the culture, teacher, hood healer, your holistic health and wellness coach, Kamar Carter. Peace. It's good to be with y'all. Kev, how you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm holding on till it goes down. It's your boy. 414 stand up, Northside stand up, capital driving accent for sure. It's the world-class smartass. I'm in the building. The mouthpiece of the movement, aka the Negro Whisperer, live on a Wednesday night with the opening salvo of our underground assault of your airwaves. The People's Network presents the Warrior Report on a Wednesday night. I like to start off with wellness, because there's levels to this shit. There's levels to the revolution. There's levels to how we're gonna get down. Hit like, follow. We are simulcasting.
Yes.
We have a very special guest in the house tonight. I like to demonstrate the diversity and the flexibility of the People's Network. So I'm the only fat dude that has vegans on his show. I'm the only anti-hero that promotes heroes, right? I don't code switch. I ain't perfect, but I'm worth it. But we got a special guest tonight. Hit like, hit share, hit follow. My sister, I hope, Kamara, you're tagged. You're tagged. So everything should be everything. Tell these people who you are, my audience, who you are and what you do.
I am Dale, and I am actually a soil sister. That's _ soil, SOILSISTA _ on Facebook and Instagram. We're a movement that is passionate about growing our community and learning knowledge to share and being dedicated to the preservation of the earth and environment. Soil Sister is also a movement that brings people together that loves plants and they want to, build a better community around where we at.
Word.
Now, are you vegan? Because I know my brother Kamar will bring the vegans, bring the holistic crowd, the conscious crowd. Are you vegan or you just?
No, I'm 100% conscious, and I think everybody has a journey to go on. And right now, a part of my journey is healing the people that look like me, that I live around, and that I dearly care about. So, no, I'm not. I still eat bacon, but I still like the environment. I try to eat healthy and do things like that. So being Soil Sister, or part of the Soil Sister movement, is also the evolution of growing and becoming more with one, and not being judgmental about the level a person is on their journey.
Mm-hmm. So okay, Soil Sister, not Soul Sister.
That's right.
Don't get it twisted. And I know people will, because we generalize, but this is not about soul, it's about soil.
That's right.
Yeah. What is the saying? You reap what you sow, right? So whatever you plant in fertile ground will then blossom and flourish into something that could or could not be positive. So you might have poison ivy seeds, you might have tomato plant seeds. Right. You don't know what you planted, and it grows.
Let's check out the definition of soil. Soil is the upper layer of earth in which plants grow, black or dark brown material, typically consisting of a mixture of organic remains.
Yes.
Who is that, people? Who is that?
It sounds like Black people.
Man, there we
go. Sound like us.
So why not Soil Sister? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's not only for the sisters, it's for the brothers, because every brother came from a mother, from a sister.
Yeah, but it's not like soil like what you do to your drawers. not the kind of soil.
It's that upper part.
It's the natural soil.
It's the upper part.
Right.
Where clean,
chloroform involved.
See, dirt and soil is two different things.
And soil are
right. Now check this out. Now within the soil, you have all the nutrients that you need to live.
Minerals.
You know, this is how we're connected with
ions.
Plants. This is one way that we're connected with plants. You know what I'm saying?
Magnetic poles.
The same thing that the plants need to eat, we need to eat.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? The same minerals the plants need, we need.
I ain't with you totally on that because I'm still a meat eater.
The plants have different things. Well, I mean, but that don't mean you can't eat plants.
I'm finna jump you, come on. My sister says she eats bacon. Give me 5 on the black hand side.
I bet you she still eats vegetables.
But she grows her shit. So she can raise a pig organically and eat good pork.
And I was just telling the people how we connect.
I know, man.
That's all, man. You know.
Yeah. Finally, I got your people. See, if you don't watch the show, you don't understand that we all represent different things on here. Shout out to Talk to Teach, Listen to Learn. Please tune in tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Outlaw Radio will be in effect, right? I'm old, so I can say NEFFECT, right? And that's where we go ham on everything. I'm socio-political. My brother's a holistic health and wellness coach. Brother Talk is a hardline militant. So you get every piece of representation from every aspect. Now, I still got to bring the thug cat in. I still got to bring the church dude in. But since I'm a PK and I'm a former gang member, I feel like I already got that covered. So I don't know if I'm talking fast or you listening slow, but it is the People's Network presents the Warrior Report. And my brother always tells me it's not Outlaw Radio, man. Let's talk about health and wellness, man.
Yeah, like I was just doing, right?
You get Saturday, right, Kev? You be on that
like
bullshit.
I was just doing, you know what I mean? I'm right in the middle of something,
No.
You get it? I said the meat. I was in the meat.
Now you saying
I was into the meat or something.
Please,
you missed that.
I'm with you, man.
You missed that.
I don't miss a thing, man. Please chime in. The show's interactive. My sister, I did not tag you because I did not have your social media kind of thing.
So it's out there _soil SOIL sister SISTA. That's one word together _.
Yeah.
So we on Facebook and
YouTube,
Instagram.
Well, we're on Instagram too, and I'll post this on Instagram.
We out there,
shoot me your information. I'll promote it on. We got a lot of followers. We ignore Instagram because we're old. It's not because we don't like it. We just old. You know, old dudes. You know, it took me forever to get on Facebook. So you know, once I realized that it could help the People's Network, you know, I was in Rome, so I did as the Romans. But I think you represent something, and people have not yet got the gist of you talking about natural growth. Like we talk about organics, but you can't trust organics that you buy from an organization that's engaged in mass production. Right. Because what that means is you don't know what fertilizers, you don't know what now we got the what is the big pharma, and we got the other one with HMOs and you know, the fertilizers that they use, the pesticides that they use are not good for us. So in essence, since we do all, no matter where you live, whether you rent or whether you buy, you have a patch of the time to go and grow some tomatoes, go and grow some carrots. Like you can invest in that soil and then in turn eat that.
Right.
Right.
And those things can be grown indoors as well for us that may not have land, you know, inside. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different ways to grow your food and also just to grow different houseplants. I'm a houseplant enthusiast. You know, I grew up, my mother, she liked outdoors, landscaping. She's a skilled craft.
Did you talk to your plants? Did your mama talk to her plants?
I talked to mine.
Really? See, my mama used to talk to her plants.
Yeah, I could be late and I'd be running out the house like, oh, let me go check and see if everybody okay. And
oh my God, and you're talking to the plant.
You know, yeah,
if your man, I'm leaving.
We connect.
If I'm your man, I'm leaving. She talked to the plants more than she talked to me. She didn't even ask me, was I okay? She went checked on the rose bush. I'm joking. But no, you know, urban agriculture, you know, and like our people have to understand what urban agriculture is. And we got some people. Joseph Walker said he got two gardens, right? Shout out to Joseph Walker, who's a supporter of the show. Shout out to 3041 North as well. 3041 North, 414-810-3131. Mr. Terry, Mrs. Preeminent Urban Country Club, the most beautiful venue in the city of Milwaukee. Get with them, say you know me, say you heard it here, and you get a discount. I ain't tell y'all that before. I'm putting it all out there. But no, so we talk about, because once upon a time, where I lived, I had the most hugest is a black word. Hugest.
I got you.
Right. So I had the hugest backyard. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna grow a garden. And I went and did the land. I used the rototiller. I, flipped it over, and understanding that soil has to be, rotated so that lower levels can get. I did that. I grew this garden, but I didn't put a fence around. And the rabbits and the goat, all the animals that we would look at, tore us off.
Right.
But my brother and I built a fence. We built a fence around this garden, and it grew, like everything grew. And my watermelons didn't grow, and my beans didn't grow.
Because sacred things have to be protected,
Okay.
just like us. How we are in the community. If it's something that you protect, you always put a lock on it. Right.
So you can't just plant the seed. You got to still nurse the seed.
That's right.
Until it cracked through. And when it cracked through, it was growing. I just, But nature is nature. So once I got it, though, I'm able to say I actually ate out of that garden, right? Like, so I grew peppers. I grew the I love hot food. So I grew the Mexican. I can't remember what they are. Habaneros. Thank you. I was having a tremendous brain fart. And they were hotter than the ones I bought from the store.
I was about to say yes.
I vividly remember picking one. This taco night, chopped him up, but bam, I had to stop and take the taco apart. Like, okay, you can't handle this. But it was that natural aspect of it, and people don't understand. Putting your hands in the soil, it kind of centers you with earth, and it's magnetic. So you didn't even think I knew all this, because I never told you this. I was ready to bring this system.
And that's how a lot of I'm a part of a lot of different groups, especially like online, with just Black women that love plants.
Let's get this plant right here, though, because I didn't get one, but Bull got one.
Yeah, it's my first plant too, y'all.
Right. Look, we got a little bit of
soil sister gave me.
You have
my
a way
first
better
plant,
time
y'all.
here with me.
Look.
See, he's talking to it already. Look at
hey,
that.
man, don't be romancing my plant.
I know you were here. I got you. Right before I leave,
we need our oxygen clean too. Because that's what people don't understand, that a plant soaks up carbon monoxide.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
They don't understand. That's why people talk to plants, because what comes out of a human's mouth is carbon dioxide, because they breathe in oxygen and they spit out the waste. In, out, just like when you're chiefing. In, out. Well, there's an extra in there.
Yeah, so really, you like feeding your plant?
Now, what's this? What's this?
You feeding your
that
plant?
Right there is a Pilea, Pilea, and it's an aluminum Pilea. You do have different genuses of this, or types of plants. The most familiar you'll find is the friendship plant, and it looks like a stem with a flat pancake on top, and a lot of them sprout up, and they're easy to propagate. This one right here, the aluminum Pilea, it can be in not so light, doesn't have to have a lot of light, sunshine, so low light, and it can withstand about 40 degrees. So that's the perfect plant for someone that may live in an apartment that don't have great lighting, but you're into plants. So check that plant out. You can do.
Well, you're gonna make it sad, because you're putting it above the detox, which is, they used to be like this, right? But they used to be that.
That's your demise. Like
showing a chicken a scrambled egg, right? So okay, the benefits.
I won't do that to you.
The benefits of having a plant, like, because I've had fish, I've dealt with dogs. Thank God for my father. I dealt with horses. Just pets that you start to identify. People don't think of a plant as a pet, because a plant is an inanimate object, but it's not, because it steadily grows. You just can't see the growth.
Oh, I've actually witnessed the plant unfurling, and that was one of God's most magnificent gifts to me.
Okay.
Like literally, you usually just see a plant open and you don't know what it sounds like, but it sounded like the largest book in the world being a page being ripped out of that book. I turned around and was like, "What was that?"
So you've been convicted.
I mean, I'm a believer.
Because I want to know, like, was you just a lonely little girl, or what is the love for plant? Like, there's no dudes would talk to you, so you had a plant, or like,
how
did that?
All this right here, you know they.
I had to try, right? I got on Versace. What are you talking about? Look at my edges.
No, but for me, I think I kind of suffered empty nest syndrome, meaning, when someone leaves the house, my son, he ended up staying in North Carolina for the year. So I had a lot of free time, and it started like this summer. And I already had 2 dumb canes, which is called a Dieffenbachia. I had those in water for like 2 years, and I didn't even think about it. And then I just started planting different plants, and I'm like, you start to see that magic unfold, and it becomes addictive. Also, we all need hobbies, and a lot of times we don't understand what hobbies are, because a lot of times they're physical, or you work out, or you played football or basketball as a child. But plants give people purpose. I've had a bad day at work and came home and repotted plants, and that took me 6 to 8 hours. Do you think I thought about what happened at work?
I'm a little bit more worried because you spent 6 to 8 hours on some plants.
No,
like what did you do for that?
That's what needed to be done. So
you was repotting and trimming, and
you have to. It's their living. So if you
when it becomes a passion,
so does this mean you don't have a man, or?
I mean, he exists. I mean that. But see, that's the thing, though.
Okay.
If I got a hobby and you got a hobby, we're gonna be busy doing our hobbies, and when we come together, that's gonna be a good thing.
So if he show up while you in the middle of pruning and repotting,
miss each other,
do you put the pot down and get with him, or do you say, "Well, baby, you know what it is?
I'm repotting." If it's something I ain't trying to hear, I'll keep on playing.
If he in the doghouse, right? Don't even go over there, player.
Like, sis, don't text him back. Go play some cards. Bro, don't text her back.
I guess
when it becomes a passion, though, you lose track of time when you're doing what you love.
Yeah, and it's expensive too. Once you start, it's just like buying an expensive car. If you buy a plant that has a lot of different elements and maintenance to it, you got to buy the right soil. You got to buy the right planters. You know, it's a lot that goes into it. I got a humidifier in my house for the plants that need more humid air, and all of those are like in my room.
Like South American root. You got your own room.
Don't be telling folks that. I don't want nobody like watching me.
No, you ain't getting no man after this show. You will not go on a date after this show ever. Every brother gonna be like,
plants, I like that.
I hate plants. But I identify because my thing was RC. Like and you can see in the studio, I could get lost in them, and people don't understand it. It looks like, okay, you went to Walmart and bought a remote. They don't understand the tires, the rims, the shocks, the suspension, the transmission, the differential, all these different individual parts. I sat down and went through it, and then wanted to take and see it. Did it make it perform better? So I was able to get lost in it. So it was like a hobby.
Yeah.
So I get the plant thing.
You gotta have grow lights for plants. It's like fish. You buy a goldfish, or you're gonna buy this exotic, Oscar.
Yeah, you gotta have an underground filtration system. They shit a lot. Oscar shit all. They're like Rottweilers. They shit all over the tank.
Believe it or not, plants played a big part in my life. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was kind of touched by this when I heard it. Years ago, I went to prison, and I was laying in my cell, right? And I'm just laying there, and the police came to my door, the COs came to my door. Mr. Carter, we just noticed that you're unassigned. And I said, what that mean? They said, you don't have a job. Well, here you have to have a job. I don't need no job. I'm straight. I'm just going to do my time and go home.
Right.
Well, no, you either or you could go to Ho. Go to the Ho. You get a job, go to school, or go to the Ho. Well, where the school at? So I went up there trying to find any class that's open, so I don't got to go get no job, right? And horticulture was the class that was open. horticulture, the biology of
study
plants.
of plants.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I went on and took the class. So I started learning the different terminology of the plants, you know what I mean? The different things like chlorophyll, stuff like that.
Wow. Okay.
So as time passed, you know, I forgot all about it. Now somehow I'm into herbs.
That's right.
Right? So when I'm learning about herbs, I'm knowing some of the terminology already. You know what I'm saying? So the universe had been working on me way back then when I went to prison.
Exactly.
You know what? I love that. I love your testimony. I actually do. And because the discovery of higher level thinking is always great. Like anytime, I don't care where you were, when you figured it out, it was a beautiful day. Right? Like, so yours just happened to be while you were incarcerated.
Right.
Right. That's not the narrative of the day, because you don't have to get incarcerated to have it. No knock to yours, which is beautiful. I'm saying Black people have to allow themselves to have those moments. And that's kind of the problem now. Like, so brothers who go to the joint, right? And they're in there, and some of them don't take the time to recollect and get introspective right there. Those of us who are free, everything you do between 9 to 5 is job related, hopefully, or occupational related. But you don't say, you know what, when I get off, what am I going to do with myself? Because I need to debrief. I need to unwind. I need to blow it out, right? And some of us blow it out, right? And some of us blow it out, which is a different form of urban agriculture, which I'm going to talk to my sister about since I have her here. And she's an expert on soil. So I need some tips. I need some grow tips with what's about to happen. But I'm saying, Black people, get you a hobby. Stop it. Stop playing. You got to care about something. I don't care how hard you are. I don't care how tough life has made you. Find something that actually makes you feel good, right? So for her, it was plants. For my brother, it was his discovery of the herbs and this. But
family, when you find that, you figure out how to monetize.
Because believe it or not,
when
you look at this studio, this is all about me trying to figure out something else to do with myself.
Exactly.
So why do you go and buy microphones and set up? Well, I'm trying to figure out what to do with myself.
That's also a way of finding peace in yourself.
Yes,
finding a spot of peace. You know what I mean? It's a spot in you somewhere. You got peace all in you. Actually, we are peace. We're made in the likeness of peace, in which nothing can disturb. You know what I mean? So when we find different hobbies, we find in different parts of ourselves like that, where that peace is. This is what make you happy. Do it. Like she said, 6 to 8 hours in the soil.
She was lost.
She didn't know. You know,
she don't know. It was probably 2 hours. She don't know how long it took.
It's quite magical, I tell you, and that's like the reason why, like, we're having a plant swap. I just want to give a shout out to Honeybee Sage. I'm the owner, Angela Mallet, and the Honeybees breed Amina.
Shout out to the Sherman Phoenix. We will be back. Trust me. We'll be back.
So we have a committee, and we formed that, and through that we brainstormed, and we will have a plant swap this Saturday at the Sherman Phoenix. It's going to be from 9:30 to 12:30. A plant swap is essentially what it is.
Okay, let's talk about that.
People show up with a plant. It's a $5 entry fee. This winter is coming up, or it's actually here.
Well, it came in, players.
So that means we got time to get some gloves together for the kiddos and make sure that they're warm walking to school and out there playing and in the soil. But so we're gonna have this event. It's this Saturday, and it's gonna be lit.
Can you do me a favor? Like, once again, I much love to my brother here, but he doesn't always tell me who or what he's doing, right? So because I kind of gave him a lane and said Wednesdays are you, right? Because I don't have time to micromanage this shit.
I got you.
So I say Wednesday, whatever you want to do. So he kind of hit me as more said soil sister. What the? Okay.
Sister,
right? Well, sister, right?
Yeah.
Even with that,
sister.
I had to actually call and say, "What's good?" He said, "What I said." You sure? Because our rule is confirmed, right?
Right.
So we bring you in, and the whole thing about this is the Sherman Phoenix, which we've been to. which if you haven't been to, if you're sad about what's happening in Bayshore, if you're sad about what happened to Midtown, if you're sad about what happened to Capitol Court, come to it's the new Capitol Court if you black like me.
All right.
What's black business?
I mean,
Right? It's an epicenter. So there's all kinds of alternative foods. There's like we went there. What's my sister's name? Because her Trap and Sip was off the Trap and Sip and Trap and Paint.
Yeah,
because we utilize her. Oh my God!
Fresh spring rolls.
Yeah, all that, I'm gonna tell you, man. The Summer Phoenix is going down, like you say. The black business. You see it right there. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of black businesses, we got the blackout coming up for Black Friday. You know
a blackout.
Yeah, they call it every so often. They do it.
Sound like Tuesday.
You got a lot of vendors that come. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And they call it the blackout. Like a lot.
Why ain't nobody invited to Underground? Y'all keep leaving y'all can't keep leaving the street dudes out, man. Every time
all we got to do is, you don't care. We got the green light. All we got to do is show up with the mic.
It be my fault. You know? I'm anti-social. I ain't gonna lie.
We got the green light.
He be telling me, I'm like, man, fuck that
shit. Shout out to Clyde. Shout out to Clyde at the Sherman Phoenix also. You know, that's who gave us the green light. We got the green light.
Yours is there.
Yep.
Yeah,
so shout out to the Next Level Vegans.
Yeah, and Anna.
And Anna, yeah.
And the vegan chef, the cultural vegan.
Yeah.
Rain Troop. She was on here.
Peace,
represented very well. You see, I put the show back up. Yeah. Whole bunch of views. Keep looking at me, right?
Look at me. Look what I'm doing.
My vanity has no limit. My sister, say your name again. Tell the people how to get in touch.
Soil Sister. So that's underscore. That's that little line. Underscore. Soil SOILSISTA underscore.
Okay.
And that's on Facebook and it's on Instagram. So check us out there, like it, share it. We want to hear your Soil Sister stories. And like Kamar told us how he got in touch with the earth. How I got in touch with the earth, or if you have questions or concerns about your plants, you know, drop us a line and we can see what we can do. If you got a favorite plant, show us a picture of it.
Right. Don't be shy. And don't feel super nerdy because you got a favorite plant. I know how it is. I know I didn't want to tell nobody.
Hey, get this right. If the plants die, we die.
That's right.
Yes. Like I said, because the process is to process carbon monoxide.
So everybody needs to get
my mom had plants. My mom had plants, right? My mom had massive plants. And she did talk to her plants. And she had myself, my brother, my father. She talked. The plants probably knew more about me than I know. And she did. They was watered. She would repot and we like mama. But she came from the Jim Crow South, in which the land was what they drew off of. So she grew up picking cotton, and they grew their own food, hunted it, whatever.
See, that's a good segue into the panel that's going to happen during the plant swap. So we're going to have Benny Higgins there. He's a community cultural artist.
Okay.
And we're going to have Erin Arigbu. She's the CEO of O Restorations, and that's an environmental conservation organization. And on this panel, we're really going to talk about what plants were necessary for survival as our ancestors made the dangerous journey north.
Yes, the Great Migration.
That's a good one. What time is
that? But and still no Kevin Barnes. But go ahead.
That starts at the panel starts at 10:15 to 11 a.m. So that's how we're going to start off the panel. And at the end of it, it's kind of like we want you to have this question to yourself. And it's if you were going to free yourself and leave this plantation tonight, what would you bring with you to eat?
Leaving the plantation, what would I bring?
What would you bring? You can't bring hot dogs. You can't bring a vegan salad because it's going to go old. What would you bring with you?
You know what? I think my answer to that would be, honestly, if I was leaving everything behind. I was leaving to embrace a new level of understanding. So I wouldn't bring anything to eat because I had to figure out how to sustain myself as we moved along. The journey, the struggle is sweet. So if I was leaving, I would say, no, you know what? That may have sustained me, but it also may have assisted in my subjugation. So I would not bring anything with me. Maybe a snack if I found it in the woods.
And
but
so
if I was leaving, I would.
You gotta know what's good and what's not. So a lot of times our ancestors, they would braid grains of rice into the cornrows of their hair when they went on the journey.
Take a snack out there.
Wow.
And so when they got to that place, that's how a lot of different fruits and vegetables and roots got here. Is because
y'all don't want to know how a lot of y'all favorite plants got.
Let's talk about like how
that was that was deep.
Yeah, smuggling.
So
seed smuggling.
But I mean,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, but yeah, you know what I mean. You braid the rice up in your hair like that, like I'm tripping right now.
Right.
I mean, it's actually ingenious.
Because you think of hairy rice as a bad thing.
But I mean, it's another way.
Back in the day, it was a good thing.
Like if you running away from somewhere, how would you carry all this stuff? So they figure out a way to put it up in
So
here.
like right now, that's what we're talking about, the journey. Also, just the freedom and that conscious journey of being free. What you gonna take with you on your journey? And a lot of people are taking that vegan life with them on that journey. And so that's
don't know they might have to kill a muskrat and eat it on the way there.
You're gonna have to
talking about you eat no meat.
But I mean,
your ass pass out when we start running from these dogs.
Hey, I'm thinking about them shows that come on TV. The one show that come on TV, Naked and Afraid, where they drop them off somewhere and they got to figure out what to do. Like they out trying to hunt something down. I saw one where it was a lady who was a vegan on there. She didn't give a shit.
She didn't win either.
She was straight. Oh yeah, she did. Oh yes, she did. I promise she did. Because in her mind, she wasn't thinking. She wasn't thinking she needed meat, and the guy was getting upset because she didn't want to help him hunt nothing down. But then by the end of the show, she wound up going and found him something, went and hunted him. She felt bad about killing animals. That was her reason for going vegan, right? And she did that for him, at the end, because he was just so hurt. You know what I mean? But she made it.
So Joseph Walker is saying, I built 2 gardens last summer. Bought seeds and plants with my food stamps over the summer. I produced over $1,000 in fruits and vegetables for $180 in stamps.
Wow.
That's how shout out to Joseph Walker. Shot up by the police. He advocates the show. He's white too. So white people get shot by the police too. Don't get it twisted. People's Network presents. That's why I am the Negro Whisperer.
One of the things out there that I just want to kind of put out there is that if you grow in a garden this spring, I'm going to be growing my first garden. It's going to be an African keyhole garden. So look that up. You find out some pictures.
Wait, your first garden? How am I ahead of you? And you the soil sister.
That see how folks do this because you're on a different journey. They want to
people be mad shit.
You got bougie.
Real quick. You never own the plant that's like, oh.
No, but you know what? When I was like 8, 9, and this is a message for those of you who've been here as long as me. We actually had a 1/4 acre spot in West Dallas. It wasn't developed yet. Still farms. It was a garden. Cucumbers, tomatoes, potatoes, corn, beans, peas, tomato, all that shit. And my mom them, that's where we went. Where we going? To the garden.
Exactly.
And when my daddy would put big barrels, they didn't even have water. He would put big barrels of water in our trunk. We'd go out there and it grew and we ate that shit. So I grew up learning what the cucumbers was mine, first of all, and tomatoes was mine. But all the other shit I didn't want to help pick. But my mother would be like, no, you want to eat them cucumbers, you got to help pick these potatoes. She grew potatoes. Right. Potatoes grow underground. So you got to dig for it. Over the winter, when I didn't realize the accents to a meal. So she's making a pot roast. We'll go downstairs and get them carrots, get them onions, and the potatoes. And I would go get them. Not even understanding that we grew them ourselves.
And see, so you're talking about being a young person. I'm a member of the Shrine of the Black Madonnas. And when I lived in Detroit, I'm from Detroit. What up, though?
I'm sorry.
Hey, she banged on it. What up, dog?
It's so cold in the D. It's so cold.
Bring that up.
Y'all got to hold that out. It's so cold. I want to hear more about this D. Because Detroit is on the front line of urban agriculture, too.
That's where I was about to go with that. So the Shrines of the Black Madonna, we host it's called Food Warriors, and it's for children. And so like every Saturday, like we would grow all of these different vegetables, teach them about it, and teach about how the ancestors worked the earth. And that was another way that I was introduced into more soil sister-like things. And my son, we would go on different trips with them to the urban gardens throughout Detroit. And so that's also like a mission for me, is that I want to give plants to children. A lot of times we don't take care of anything that's specifically ours until we have children.
Good.
And as a child, if you have a plant, you start to learn that compassion and empathy. And
yeah, and also we need to get back into that in the plants, because like I don't have. This is my first plant. I'm 44 years old. This is the first plant I ever had.
What are you gonna name it?
I don't know. I'm gonna think of a good
name it. That's my plant too.
And then, hey, remember, Kev, like back then, well, I grew up in the projects, right? I grew up in Westlawn, and everybody had gardens. Right. You know,
little bit, because they
everybody had gardens. Grandmamas had gardens back then, so I was familiar also with gardening and everything, because I'll be out there, I help her turn the dirt when it's time to in the spring, and dig the trenches and plant the seeds. No, these go every 6 inches. You know what I'm saying? And this like stuff you have to know about the different plants too. You can't just blindly go in there.
I was blessed enough to go back to Mississippi with my grandmother, and she had a huge garden. And the one thing about my grandmother is, by the time I met her, she was so old. I'm 10 years old. She's like 85. Her garden is so vast. She goes down there and falls down. She can't even get up. My brother and I are at the house. We don't know where she's at. She said she fell and she waited so patiently.
I'm not laughing, but
no, she did.
I'm laughing how you said it.
Well, my brother and myself,
she just laid there so patient.
She just sat there. She was sitting there. When my brother, grandmama
was Granny there?
She was about 85.
But how long was she patiently waiting?
It took my brother and myself, because we were from the city, we were down there staying with her. About 2 hours. We realized finally, where's grandma?
Why is he? All I keep thinking about is the life alert. Like, how?
Because I never told him this, but when we found her, she was so cool and kind, like.
Because she already knew. Like, ain't no point.
Right, I'm chilling. Exactly. And I know she talked to all the crops was this. Look, it was crazy.
She was in it.
We killed animals like it was dinner. My grandmother made that for my brother and I. Like, it was dinner. And we grew up, it was 1986. Right. We stayed the whole summer with her. Yeah, no, ain't no McDonald's. You want some chicken? You want some chicken nuggets? Y'all go catch that chicken. And me and my brother would catch that chicken and kill that motherfucker and pick the vegetables out the garden. So we had fried chicken and greens for dinner. But we killed this shit. It's no GMOs.
I got you.
And I give it up for my parents, man. Thank God.
And that chicken tasted different too, because I remember growing up going down south with my family. You know what I mean? And they would have to do it like that.
Yeah,
and that chicken actually tasted different than it did like if you get it from here.
Yeah, it wasn't processed.
You could tell the difference.
I mean, the process is we're gonna kill the chicken, but then 2 hours later we see that chicken. He's duly fried. He has no feathers. His name was Chester 2 days ago. Right. No. So, and we had pigs. I'm saying I was blessed enough by my people to really be able to get to witness it, withstood it, because it wasn't my mission to live that. But my moms and my pops sent us down there and said, "Oh, y'all want to understand?"
Yeah, you need to see.
We went down there, and she was really like, "Okay, ain't no corner store. What's dinner?"
Right.
My brother and I like, well, it's some steakums in the. And she like, "No, y'all go out there and kill that chicken. I'm gonna break these peas. We ate."
And that was something too. They was big on vegetables to go.
Vegetables, everything came from the ground.
Potatoes and corn, all that starch in one meal.
Organic.
I never recall my grandmother buying vegetables. When we went to the grocery store, she didn't buy vegetables.
And it was well balanced too.
So civilized.
Well, she thought we said pizza. My brother and I said pizza. She said, "Well, I don't know what that shit is, but y'all can get it." Because we had enough money to get it. So we take the pizza, back up into the hills, and my brother and I would cook the pizza because we from the city, and we sitting around, and she like, I don't get it. We like, grandmama, try some. She eat it, be like, this ain't nothing but cheese. I don't get that goddamn cow right now. You don't want a pizza?
Right.
So I was blessed with that. And that's why when my brother told me you were coming, I got a little excited. I ain't gonna say I got moist.
Nostalgic.
I ain't get moist, but I got excited because Black people don't understand. We are organic. We are the most natural people. You can't explain our existence unless you talk about nature, our resistance to the sun, our understanding of how to take something from the ground. We can eat weeds. We ate spare parts for a long time. White people want chitlins now. Black people running from chitlins.
Yeah.
I grew up eating hog head cheese on saltine crackers.
What you know about that?
See, I knew.
That's the deal.
That's a snack. White people call it sauce. They want it now so bad. Malone's is making a killing because they're selling it for like $7 a pound. My daddy used to make that in the kitchen.
I know.
He
That's
had
everything ground up.
Yeah, he got the whole head of the pig, just
Hog head
cartilage, and it would. Come on, son. So, real Black people. We did a show called "What Revolution" last Saturday. We were asking Black people, "What revolution?" About how we eat, how we vote.
Because there's many revolutions. There's many different revolutions.
Why you letting somebody say you on rhetoric and slogans?
It ain't gonna be televised.
Right.
It will now.
You have to find your party.
It start in your mind first. It starts in your mind, and then
I think when Gil Scott Heron said that, it was the early '70s, and he was right then. But now it will be televised.
But it always starts in your mind. That's what he's saying. It's not. It'll play it out.
It won't be televised.
But it starts in your mind.
Okay.
And the revolution starts there.
Yeah, you have to work on yourself.
I like when Black women come on my show and try to act like they should. That shit gets me excited. I want you to you ain't did this yet or that. Like, what can we say to get excited?
Hey! Yeah, none of that.
Next time you come on, I'm gonna bring a plant and some vodka. You'll be turned up.
And hold on, how about this, kid? Look, and
I'm good. I'm finna go home and spray my plants, baby. It's cool.
Why they try to make it?
I'm finna go spray my plants. I gotta give me a spray bottle.
We're gonna do a plant and trap.
Plant and trap.
I'm telling you, like,
how you get
when
the brothers
when I plant my plants, I'm not in there listening to jazz.
How about a plant in old school? How about a plant in Tupac?
But you about to get a stud with a bad plant. Like, what's up, girl?
I mean, and if she finds somebody there for her, that's cool.
Well, I'm talking about she gonna be at you.
No, I'm okay on that. Whatever she made.
She said, "I'm from the D,
baby."
It's so cold in the D. Listen,
what?
I absolutely listen. What people don't know is Detroit has the directors and the actors and the rappers have a series of movies. There's a set, Murder Pain, all these cats, and they always in the movies Detroit versus everybody. They have a spirit of solidarity. I got Amazon Prime. I watch all the Detroit movies. I watch them all. And they're ghetto tales, but like I watch them all, and I love it because I'm like, Detroit and Milwaukee can identify with each other, and I got a lot of family. Like my cousin down south is watching right now. He's Detroit all day. Bam Mallett, he's gonna be like, "You said the D? That's my grounds." I have like cousin, I know, but it's the same kind of spirit where we were all kind of stripped by our false belief in this industrial complex. We thought we were going to be able to formulate a Black middle class via this Ford, Chevy, GM,
right? And
they left land.
And now everybody's dislocated workers in the workforce. Right.
So when we talk about urban agriculture, we know here in Wisconsin, California produces way more cheese and milk for a long time. We are no longer we don't make beer no more.
Exactly.
Right? So up north, what you have is a lot of vacant land. But in the city, you have a lot of vacant land. So if it's not brownfields, in which because it was an industrial thing, we got to clean it first.
Right.
Make sure we remove the toxins. But Lena Taylor is one of her biggest things. If I agree with Lena on anything, is her belief that urban agriculture is the next phase. We don't have to travel 20 minutes to find a farm. We got enough vacant land, and we have. I did the research. I usually research. Y'all got to excuse me. I'm asinine about mine.
Come on with it.
Well, this is different.
Look at him. He's putting on his smart glasses. Go ahead. Throw that data.
Glasses.
I like data.
So we're talking about urban agriculture, right? So we have right now, y'all see this shit? I'm so unorganized. So we're talking about urban agriculture, right? So in a city of nearly 600,000, which is Milwaukee, we have 177 community gardens, 30 community farms, and 26 farmers markets. Which means when you talk to me about food oases, there are none.
Right. It's a desert.
Right. So we go into looking how to feed and sustain our children. And I'm guilty of this too. On the go, I'll give my kids some processed food. I'll take them to a Burger King or whatever. Instead of me having those vegetables on deck and allowing my children to understand what it means to eat, to sustain yourself. Like my father would eat buttermilk and cornbread, which I thought was the most disgusting thing I've ever heard of. But the cornbread was homemade. And the buttermilk is more pure than pasteurized milk. That was his snack. Fried tomatoes. Like, ew, I don't eat that. Now, where he and I identified was cucumbers and tomatoes raw, a little salt, vinegar, a little pepper, and some vinegar, right? Right. So I said, ooh, shit from the earth tastes good. So we gotta get our communities. If you want to build the Black community back up, in every Black community, there should be a community garden. Because if we don't eat it all, we can sell what's left. And that's money. And that's money we can put into other things. So I got to give you my
or help
economic
or help a neighbor.
Yeah, no doubt. So each one teach one. So that's why I was excited just to have you here, because you think of it like you're looking at it like, well, just my plants in the house.
No, I look at the big picture. Okay. I do. I look at the big picture. Like I said, it's been a journey. Everybody's journey is a little bit different, but the journey for me has always been community and children and workforce development. I see a future of young agriculturists, horticultural students, and we need people like that to make sure that the food that we eat is safe. And if we have more people that look like us that are into those different careers and those career paths, then we'll be safe.
And it only makes sense. I mean, the war on the food. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the stuff they do into the food. The vegetables we supposed to be getting, they putting pesticides on them.
Right.
Roundup is killing it.
And know that a lot of them, their kids aren't eating that.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Right. No doubt. Listen, if you're not taking in the right energy, like to power the machine, your body is a machine. It needs a lot of different things. It's no different from your automobile. Your car needs oil, antifreeze, brake fluid, transmission fluid. Those are just the fluids, right? It needs water. But then you have a transmission, you have a carburetor, you have a fuel injector, you have you have all these different tires that actually grip the ground. Your body's the same. Now, if you put some bullshit gas and some bullshit oil and some cheap ass parts on your car, it's not gonna last a long time.
Exactly. And the body is electric.
Right.
So
even with your body, if you don't wash it and keep the salt off of it, it'll rust out. Like if you don't take care of your skin, you're looking like a Star Crunch by the face.
Wash, tone, moisturize.
That's why I like we say, I just wanted a body wash. She said, why is it such an issue? I love Gabrielle Dennis, man. She's a beautiful Black actress. On the Old Spice with Dion Cole, she said, Why did you know what? Why is it such an issue? I just wanted to, use your body wash. And Deion Cole said, I just want to have a body wash. As a black man, can I have my own body wash? Like you do all the stuff. I don't wear makeup. I just need some astringent. So, understanding skin, that's the epidermis is the first layer.
Yeah, just like on the plants have the same thing.
Right, and then you go deep. So you go to the roots.
Mm-hmm.
And how do the roots flourish? Well, they draw off the soil. If the soil's not healthy, the plant won't grow.
And see, a lot of times people think that giving a lot of good things is best. No, everything in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
Too much water can root your rots of your plants and they will die.
Mm-hmm.
And too much sun can burn the leaves. So you have to take everything into moderation.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I gotta stop drinking so much. That's what that sounded like to me. The Warrior Report, man. We got my sister here. We got my brother Kamar Carter.
Peace.
Get with the
Shout out
nature's
to Rouse. Shout out to Team Master.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Rouse, man. They gotta come back.
Boomerang.
The Milwaukee Community Kickball League. We support black businesses. Teamwork make the dream work.
Right.
Don't ever think we getting anywhere unless we put these twos and fuse together. Listen, the greatest thing about America is the greatest hypocrisy of America, in which you said is a separation between church and state, but you put "In God We Trust" on every dollar bill. Holla at your boy. You can't lie to me. I see you where you at, and I raise you truth. Right. Come get with us. Tomorrow night, man, we'll do Outlaw Radio. I got so much stuff to talk about on Outlaw Radio right now with this impeachment process, and my brother Colin with the Kunte Kinte t-shirt. I'm not gonna mix it up into what it is tonight because it's about I Promise Bull. It will be about holistic health and wellness. But please tune in tomorrow night, man. Listen. We had a great show. What Revolution last Saturday? Just myself and brother talk. But not to put you on blast, but I'm just saying.
I felt that shade.
You
got like real chili on the side.
You ain't call me in that. I'm just but no, we talked about you engage in these movements, and prior to that, I had done a show on Milwaukee is active, in which I discussed that there's actually a temperature in the city right now where black people are more proactive than they've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
We are trying to eat differently.
Mm-hmm.
We are trying to get some financial literacy. We are trying to understand the effect that the subjugation has had on us long term, even processing institutionalized racism and how it's affected us. And Milwaukee's behind the curve with, desegregation of everything, but we got different kinds of white people here, so I understand.
Hey, another thing I'm seeing what we doing now is like I'm seeing a lot more black people supporting black people.
Yeah, we got.
I don't know if there's just the energy that I'm aware of, but I'm seeing it as a whole.
You're entirely correct.
I'm seeing it as a whole.
7 principles. If you live by that, you're gonna do right by your people.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so we did What Revolution, in which I just basically asked individuals, if you are the head of a group, then what revolution are you selling? Because you utilize that terminology a lot, and you say Black Power a lot, but you don't explain to people what Black Power and revolution.
Your revolution.
Right. Do you want to be a revolution?
Right. And
did you see what happened to Fred Hampton?
How are you a revolutionary?
Are you?
Right.
Are you pro-black? Everybody let us say they pro. Are you pro-black?
Nothing is more sacred than a revolution of black people. Shout out to the Shrines of the Black Madonna.
Peace.
What revolution? Let's talk about it. Tell me about it. I love it. I like for people to tell me stuff I don't know because I know everything.
I think the revolution is within. You know what I mean? You start the revolution within, because you got to go back and you got to pull out all the good. You know what I mean? Now, what you fighting against, the revolution that you fighting.
My sister brought
revolution.
But see how small I brought it.
That's a part of a revolution.
I'm still mad at you because you didn't bring me one, but I'm gonna give you some credit.
She got one for you outside.
I'm gonna be on your side for 10 minutes, and then I'm at your ass again.
Hey, we got a show called Shady too.
We got Shady. Yeah, it's serious.
Yeah, he got called Shady.
Yes. Look,
y'all want to be a part of the Soil Sister movement? Make sure that you're out at the plant swap on this Saturday at the Sherman Phoenix.
What time?
9:30 to 12:30. Libations start at 10. We're gonna have Mr. Amarin Saroma. He's a community cultural artist, and he's also the 2019 Noel Fellowship recipient.
Oh,
okay.
So he's gonna open up the ceremonies and libations. So come on out and bring a plant, bring some gloves, bring $5 for the children.
Saturday morning.
Yep.
9:30.
9:30.
Plant swap. Plant swap. Don't bring no. I made this strand. Don't bring your weed. It's about other plants.
No, not
Hey,
one.
again,
Right.
I want to reiterate about how this small plant right here could be the beginning of a revolution. You know, we look at all the pollution going on the earth, and you know what I mean, the ozone layer and everything. Now, if we can get enough plants growing, you know what I mean, enough plants, the earth can heal itself also. So this right here can be the beginning of a revolution. It's all about perspective, y'all. What is your revolution? How are you a revolutionary?
Are you a revolutionary?
And then get at it.
You might not want to be. Listen, an understanding of revolution and revolutionaries, when you look at, I don't know any great revolutionaries who
they all have flaws.
They all suffer. Like my favorite, and I did this because if you don't know, our sister group is the People's News Network, which is my Facebook group. I've turned it over to other people now, like because I let plenty of the admins. But it's the People's News Network, and it usually coincides with what we do in the show. But I did this whole series about Adam Clayton Powell, who's always been a political hero of mine. Total disgrace and just dying in the worst way, like whatever. But I'm saying, you look at revolutionaries, you look at Fred Hampton, who's murdered by the FBI and the Chicago Police Department. You look at Medgar Evers, who's murdered in front of his children. You look at Malcolm X, who's murdered in front of his children. You look at Marcus Garvey, who was framed, deported, and died broke after leading the largest Black organization that had ever been assembled. Millions of members. You say, do I really want to be? Look at Martin. I stood for nonviolence my whole life, and they shot me in my face twice.
Right.
Do you really want to be a revolutionary? If you do, that's fine. Let's support you, but just speak up. Or don't be a snake oil salesman, I guess. Don't sell the Kunta Kinte t-shirts and then never move on the vision.
Exactly, or look the part.
Right.
Locks don't mean that you're for the fall.
Doesn't. Sandals don't mean you conscious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Beads and shit.
Action,
Right. What are you doing? I don't wear deodorant. You just stink. You're not changing society. You're affecting it. Nobody wants to be around.
Right. Your shea butter don't make you conscious.
We say that
it's just good for your skin.
It's a movement that brings people together that loves plants and build a better connection among each other. So it's a movement, that action. Having events that's going to bring people together and going to schools and talking about the different.
Are you in the school?
Things like that. No, but that is on the agenda. That's
now why are we not at the school board meetings? Because we waste a lot of time on ineffective curriculum. I'm a former public school teacher, and I know that a lot of time is wasted on ineffective curriculum. I don't need to know your rehashed, reworked, abridged, edited ass history. Tell me about financial literacy. Explain the stock market to me. Explain the economy to me. Explain civics to me so I will know who to go to when I got a hole in my street.
But see, that's the reason why when we talk about action and with the revolution and what is your thing. So whatever your thing is, let the school do what they're going to do, but what you going to bring to the community. All of our kids will not be taught 100% in school. That's why you have to teach them at home, or you bring them to community programs or to the plant swap on Saturday and learn about things,
Right.
And so it's not going to all happen in the school system, and don't give them that much power to say that your children's future lies in the hands of the school system.
History tells they ain't gonna teach
in the community.
I hate for Black people to think education is one size fits all. Education is a very customized, tailored thing. And you usually go into whatever you're going into because of personal conviction and personal motivation. You pick and choose what you really want to study. So people say, I don't need to go to school. Well, yes, you do. Because when you make up your mind what you want to know, there's always a higher level of thinking. Critical thinking comes into play. I'm not trying to preach to y'all. I'll do that tomorrow night. But tonight it's all about my sister. Soil sister. Yeah. Right? The plants, of which I didn't get one. but it's still good.
Look, y'all.
Kamara will name this after me. This like little carrot right here.
It's like a plant. The soul sister is like a plant.
It looks like
dynamic,
it's two.
Living, thriving, and growing. Look at that.
This one.
It looks like two.
No, well, we ain't gonna split it.
So you don't need to split that, but this plant is also easy to propagate. Propagate means when you take a piece of the plant and the root, and you can either put it in water or you can put it in soil and it begins to grow. See, that's the one thing too, is that you don't have to go out here and buy all these plants. You buy you one good plant, learn it, and start to propagate it, and then you can give it to people.
Yeah.
Or you can
I remember
sell
watching my grandmother and my mom and them do that. They used to, one of their girlfriends to come over, girl, that's a pretty plant. Can I get that mason jar with the water at first? Yeah. Can I get a piece of that? When she come over there and cut her a piece off. And give it to her.
That's how I started. I had, like I said, I had 2 different Bakias that were gifted to me from my sister-in-law, and I just wasn't there. My spirit wasn't there right then. They sat water for 2 years until I said, "Oh, let me plant these," and that's how it happened.
So we connected now.
We connected.
Well, until I get a plant, ain't nobody connected. I'm shutting everything down.
He ain't in the circle. He ain't in the circle.
I'm calling the feds.
He ain't in the circle.
I'm calling the feds like you'd be surprised what these niggas is doing up here. They got plants and shit. All dirt y'all left. And growing plants
and mason jars.
Yeah. And speaking of mason jars, make sure you go check out your Nature's Nature Herbs and Supplements Detox, Male Vitality Mix. I got a lot of other stuff. You can contact me at 414-949-212. Whatever kind of problem you got, feel free to call me. I learn it so I can teach it and give it back to my people. That's my healing. When I can help y'all, that's healing for me. So make sure you help yourself.
Yeah, man, the holiday season is coming, and I'm glad I got both of y'all here because I'm about to put you cats on the spot because holiday is coming. And, I planned out my holidays, and normally I fry. I'm a turkey fryer.
Oh, see, I like it.
I know. People usually do once they listen to me. At first, they don't.
Fried turkey, we friends.
Well, right. But you know what? And shout out to Talk to Teach because Talk hit me like, bro, I know you normally fry turkey. Are you fry? I'm like, nah. Because my plan this year was to grill turkey leg, just to marinate and grill turkey legs. But my brother said he's never done it, and but I've done it so many times. So I'm like, it actually works out because I do them both outside. So while I'm smoking these turkey legs, I will assist you in frying the turkey. For your fam. Yeah, you got your brine. You got to do your brine.
It's a science.
Pop my collar to that. My family has looked at me over the last 4 years like, Daddy, look, you do everything else wrong, but you fried the shit out this turkey. So no doubt.
Once you have a fried turkey, you don't turn
it's different because you don't want plain turkey. You don't want plain turkey.
She said once you have a fried turkey, you never turn back. I did.
You've actually eaten a fried.
Yeah, I had a fried.
I don't think that person brined it
right. I mean, it's from like 2 people that.
So that'll be the only meat I ate. If that's what I'm
telling you. First of all, the way if you brine it right and you fry it right, because there's a science.
Tastes like collard green.
No, it's turkey.
I'm fucking with y'all.
When you
I'm under attack.
I'm under attack. I'm jumping
over here.
You're gonna smell it. You're gonna smell it. And when I take it out the grease and put it out the oil and put it and it dries because it's already processed, and you say that shit smells so good. I just want a little piece. He was like,
and it be crunchy.
Yes. So look, shout out to Talk, man. I didn't think I was gonna fry one this year.
She gonna be at the back door when you
I'm gonna hit her off like, take this and the breast. Come on, man. Voila. Yeah. So, but I'm not gonna add it because I'm trying to get on my health kick because Kamar's slowly influencing me. So I said, well, just smoke. Do the marinade with the turkey legs. I'll smoke them, but I got the whole kit and caboodle, so I'm actually gonna help brother Talk fry for his family. But I'm saying, what do vegans? Because we got this fat. These are the fat seasons. This is Thanksgiving and Christmas, and back-to-back bumbles. So I know the vegans is like, well, but it's dressing time. It's
they have faux turkey.
Vegans make dressing.
Okay, so
vegans make dressing. Vegans make mac and cheese. Vegans make greens. Vegans make spaghetti. I mean,
I'm saying,
you know what I'm saying?
But
so,
none of your family where you're going is.
Well, you know, all my family is pretty much dead. Everybody,
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Damn, I didn't mean to make it like
it's
that.
It's all good. You know what I mean? I get it. You know what I mean?
Back to fried turkey.
See, they with the ancestors. They working with me now.
Wow.
See, I understand when people die, the energy don't die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when they was alive, the energy was with the flesh.
Yeah.
So when they pass and the flesh dies, the energy is with me now, working with
me.
You know what I'm talking about? Speaking of passion, y'all, you know, I just quit my job yesterday. I wanted to talk about this with y'all. You know, I quit my job. And the main reason I quit was because of my passion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My passion is this herbs. My passion is helping people. You know what I'm saying? And this is what makes me happy. You know what I mean? And that job was blocking everything that I was having lined up. I've been off work for the past few months, right? And during these last few months, I've been seeing different things just pop up for me. But everything was during all this time where I would normally be at work.
Right.
You know, so now thinking to myself, okay, if I could figure out how to sustain myself and, you know what I mean, and make sure my bills is paid and everything, I'm not going back to that place. You know what I mean? And when I sent that text and told him I'm not coming back, because see, this is how he did it. He text me, you coming back or not? I text him back or not.
Or not.
You know what I'm saying? I text him back or not. You know what I mean? I'm not coming back. You know, and after I did that, man, I just felt such a burden.
A weight lifted off. Yeah,
You
I
know
can
what I'm
understand
saying?
that. And that takes a lot of courage. Like when you leave the plantation, what will you take with you?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that was
exactly.
right, and that's what I was going to say. Like you said, what would I? I'm not taking nothing. You know,
you took your peace of mind.
I take a meal for a day.
Right.
Because tomorrow when I wake up, I'm gone, and I'm on a totally different mission. So I'm not eating the way I ate. You know what I'm saying? Because I ate when as long as I was there and I was subjugated, I ate what you told me to eat. I define my own menu now. So if I got to pick a bug and eat the bug, I mean, it is what it is.
But that's the thing. You got to learn what to take with you so that you can choose.
Yeah, that's just like when I stopped eating meat. I didn't know what the hell I was finna eat. Again, what you gonna take with you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some nights my dinner would be a smoothie because I didn't know what I was finna eat. Actually, it was good.
I bet you.
You know what I mean? I was full. You know what I mean? And that's what surprised me too. I thought I wouldn't get full if I didn't eat meat. I'm like, man, I must forever be hungry.
I mean, well, look at gorillas. They have a plant-based diet and they can shred a carb.
But look at a lion who's the king of the jungle.
Yeah, I
know. Right. A weem away. In the jungle. Which is written by some Black South Africans.
And you know, and the story of that, man, that's deep.
So
that story explains our whole spirituality concept.
The Lion King.
Yeah, the Lion King.
I mean, I think the thing is whatever you eat, I don't care whatever you eat. Whatever makes you feel good. See, part of health and wellness is feeling good. Being happy.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you could eat Brussels sprouts and fucking arugula all day and be so unhappy because your ass is hungry. If you do the arugula for 5 days in a row, on day 5, go get you a piece of meatloaf with some gravy on it. It might make you smile. Right. A smile is worth 1,000.
Hey, listen, man, this is what I learned too. Like when I stopped eating meat and I started eating more vegetables and everything, I stopped being so hungry.
Okay.
Right. That's
like now I don't eat. I may go damn near all day until maybe 4 or 5 o'clock before I eat something.
I'm like that when I do smoothie.
Because see what it is, you feeding your cells. You feeding the cells in your body, so your cells ain't sending that hunger message.
You know, I'm just saying, I need some meat. I'm still.
I don't knock it. I don't knock.
But what I've learned is, what kind of meat are you eating? Are you eating processed meat? Are you eating this E. coli infected, highly processed? Because you can go vegan and go eat an Impossible Whopper that actually has more sodium and more caloric intake than a regular piece of beef.
And what I found out is made with hemoglobin.
Right, and then when you put the mayonnaise and the bread and the cheese, you should have just got a double bacon Whopper.
I question whether it's vegan.
Right.
Because, like I said, I was researching it and saw hemoglobin.
Exactly.
And to my knowledge, hemoglobin is found in blood. So I really question, like, is this vegan?
His blood's favorite soy.
Where did the blood come from?
They just had an article about how people were suing
yeah.
Burger King because of the cross contamination.
And also, I said it before with you, Kevin. We was on the show and I was talking about. I said it's a war on veganism too. You know what I mean? They understand that there's a lot of people coming up like, wait a minute, I'm starting to feel better if I eat like this, and the whole movement is growing. So then we start putting a bunch of bullshit in there. Like the chicken sandwich, you know, fuck these niggas up. You know what I mean? And throw this Impossible Whopper out here for the vegans. You know what I'm saying? So now they all rushing to Burger King to get the Impossible Whopper. And you know, I got two. I did it twice. I went and got one, and then I went and got another one. But that second time I went, I was able to feel it sitting on my stomach.
It wasn't moving. Listen, I'm never going against what's natural for something that's man-made. But as far as I know, beef is natural. You can say what you want about it, but it's natural, as opposed to soy, which is man-made and highly processed, which is the enemy of our health anyways.
You know, so soy is an anti.
I just rather just moderate how much beef I actually eat. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what she said.
I was thinking about, is it Carver?
No, Carver's peanuts.
Peanuts, but it was soy too.
Well, yeah, because soy comes from peanut oil, and like, come on, man, like.
If you read about him, it's some
George Washington Carver.
It's some backdrop to that that talks about why and how he introduced the soy plant to the plantation owner. So,
well, you know what? I don't care what you do. If you don't exercise moderation, you're going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can go, I'm extremely vegan, and your ass will die from lung cancer, and you ain't never hit a cigarette. And this motherfucker been smoking Newport since they was 12, and they later be 90. You don't know.
That's also why you got to be into holistic wellness. You know what I'm saying? You understand your environment, too.
Right.
You know, so, okay, if I'm with somebody smoking all the time, I may not want to be around them. I don't want that in me.
But
so then I'm going to move around. If I love myself that much.
Or you can stay away from people who smoke and still die from lung cancer, and they'll be at the hospital visiting you like, I'm going to go outside and smoke a square. I'll be right back. You don't know. The one thing man has a problem with is they cannot yet figure out when you're coming in and when you're going out. They can't put the date. They like to say, well, if you take certain risks, the likelihood of you dying early is greater. They don't know what the hell they're talking about because they didn't invent life. And science didn't create life. And we don't know. We argue about religion. We don't know what religion created life. And you talking about carbon testing things. So to see how old it is, and even that's been shown to have a flaw. So man has no real understanding. So I'm just saying, no matter what you do, be careful. If you want to drink a little bit, drink a little bit. If you want to drink a lot, be careful in other areas of your life because you know you drink a lot. Or you can get to the point where I'm at where you can just be like this. I'm going to die from something.
Right.
And I ain't tripping on it.
So be patient with yourself.
Yeah.
Love yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself and don't force yourself into these movements.
Yeah. Yeah. My sister,
be patient with yourself.
Yeah. Because some of y'all going to eat some chitlins over the holidays. And you know it. You going to go to your mama's house or your grandmama. She going to say, baby, and you going to... Right, and you ain't gonna want to tell nobody.
Just make sure y'all get y'all detox afterwards. That shit out of your system.
Literally,
you know what I'm saying? Literally,
that shit that has shit
in
it, right? And I'm saying that because if my mama was still alive, and I tell all y'all right now, as aware as I am, if my mama was still alive and she made a pot of chitlins tomorrow, I would eat the shit out of them.
Literally.
I would eat them on the show.
No pun intended.
No, I would. Listen, my mother's been gone since 2006. If she was alive, and when she was alive on New Year's, she didn't do it all year round, but on New Year's, black eyed peas and chitlins.
Right.
It's going down. You know what's popping over here. If she was still alive and she was to come to me and say, baby, I made you chitlins the way I like, I would say, mama, no problem, and I would eat them. Because that would make me feel good. I don't give a shit if my blood pressure, if the top of my head blew off after I ate them, it'd be a good death. Is what I'm saying. Like, I want to go out on my own terms, right? So I don't want to die sad ass. I'm like, I sacrificed everything. I kept myself from enjoying myself, and I'm still dying from the same shit. Because you're still breathing
well,
in this air.
That's just you that feel like you wouldn't be enjoying myself because I'm enjoying. I'm having the greatest time of my life right now after making these changes.
Patient with you.
I ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's what I say. It's just that you just think you will feel like that, but what I know is the way I feel is great. I feel better than I ever felt. I'm seeing more good things happen in my life than I ever seen.
But who's to say that wouldn't happen if you were still eating pork? You still,
well, I'm gonna tell you.
You still would have been able to enjoy life because we're both older now.
Well,
like, and I've known you. I've had the privilege.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what would have happened if I was still eating pork. I probably would have high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Probably still got
something that ran in my family. But you know, I broke that generational curse.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I stopped eating. So I probably would have high blood pressure by now. I wouldn't be at risk of dying from that. You know what I mean?
So you won't die from anything.
So I'm just what I'm saying is I'm prolonging my life. I'm taking steps that I feel like will be better for me to live my life out the best. That's it. It's my journey.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't knock yours. I won't go tell nobody, oh, you gonna keep eating that pork. All right. Well, I see you in the hospital.
I mean, basically, you want to shit in your diaper.
You want to
shit in your diaper about 5 years after I'm dead.
And eating like I eat ain't gonna give me high blood pressure either. I mean, ain't gonna. Yeah, I know. I just don't pay attention to it. You take it and you let it go. You know what I'm saying? Just let it go in one ear and out the other. You know what I mean?
World class smartass. I earned that. Well, you don't know what you're eating right now because some vegetables, actually, this is proven true as well. A lot of vegetables.
Again.
A lot of vegetables.
You got herbs. You have herbs.
A lot of vegetables give you cholesterol too.
Yeah, so you have herbs that clear that crap out. You dig what I'm saying? The lifestyle that I live, I won't die from high cholesterol.
Mm-hmm.
I will believe you when you can supervise the plants that's in your detox from the time they grow out the soil until you process them, because you don't know what's sprayed on them in terms of
believe it, bro.
pesticides.
You know what I mean? And see, and that's the thing.
The soil that's
the thing. If you don't believe in it, it won't work for you.
Right. Now that's true. When we talk
your
about
body
manifesting in your
welcome to the show, by the way. See, like I ain't coming up for this shit. They really arguing.
We can argue too.
Say something about dirt. I'm kicking both of y'all ass.
It's gonna be hell to pay.
And speaking of this polluted ass dirt, I'm just kidding, man. I mess with.
But you know, but that's the good thing about the show that we do. Like we also have talk to teach, listen to learn. Brother talk to teach, listen to learn. Right. You know, we 3 different black men with a different approach to our whole struggle as a whole. You know what I'm saying? And so you get to see
different people.
Exactly.
We're all trying to help everybody. Yeah. We're all trying to be good. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I just
I say, we elevating thought.
Yeah. I just don't want black people. See, black people are so unique. I don't want them to get to this one size fits all anything, which is why I did Web Revolution, which is why I do Milwaukee is Active, which is why I did a show called The Coon in Me, in which I basically looked at myself and said, what do you do that's coonish? Because you are assimilated as well. There's no other way to make it in America unless you assimilate to a certain degree. I don't give a damn what you talking about. I'm all organic. Where you buy your dirt from?
Right.
You ain't buying it from another black man.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Killer Mike did that show. Killer Mike did that show and he was was that Killer Mike? And he was trying to just go with all black businesses.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he'd go to a black business, but then he'd question them about where they get their stuff from.
Right.
And they had to get their stuff from, you know what I mean? Exactly. You know what I mean?
Don't sell me Jewish.
You know what I mean? So he had and he said it was like real hard. And they showed it. It was like I say, it was a show. They showed it. It was like real hard.
But see, that's another dynamic that we have to think about. We can't judge them. We have to. Right. That's a teaching moment where we learn, we share.
It lets you know what we need to do. We need to become that company that other black companies come to.
What if we can disagree without us exchanging blows or gunshots afterwards?
That's right.
So my brother ain't gonna come at me after the show like, yeah, man, you went at veganism, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right. We ain't gonna square off in there.
No. We probably won't even have a word about it.
If we do, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be, well, I was on this, and nigga, I seen what you was doing. Like, so I mean, we gotta get the whole point of my platform is to bring people in who don't necessarily agree with what I say. Mm-hmm. You don't even want to know what my true opinions are about most of this shit. As I'm telling you, somebody, grandmama gonna be offended, right? Like I'm the cat who said he would knock Cicely Tyson up on the show. She's still alive. I'm like, Cicely can get it. Like Cicely would be pregnant. I said that shit. People were offended. Like, well, really? I could do like I do. Out of that show, I got more people inboxing me saying, "Did you really just say you hit Cicely?" I'm like, well, they had her makeup on. She was dressed and shit. I'm just a black man out here. I'm just saying. It's like Cicely's like 300 years old. Like, we would have the oldest baby ever. And I got in trouble. My wife wanted to kick me out. I don't know how I still got a place to stay, but I mean, I'm willing to go to length on it. It's not about feeling comfortable all the time. So if you don't understand the importance of my sister here growing food and really getting in terms of the initiation of this,
houseplant,
right, reaping what you sow, like really getting into something that's greater than you.
Any type of green space, indoor and outdoor. We're not going. You never grew a garden, that's fine. Grow some basil, in the house, in a mason jar.
Be surprised how much you use basil.
Yeah, or mint. If you like tea, just go get you a small little plant and start growing it. It will change your life. If you've just recently lost someone. It could be a relationship or through, transitioning with the ancestors, then maybe you need to get into something.
Because we even talked about the sage, right? Like we talked about the sage, like the burning of the sage. And I'm like, come on, son.
Hey, I
got other shit to burn in my house if I really want to work out.
Real hard about this.
What hit you hard?
Like I said, she just gave me my first plant, right? Small plant. It's about to grow. I just quit my job.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just quit my job yesterday. Small.
Right. What revolution?
But I'm about to grow. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I got this plant, you know what I mean, that's finna be with me on my journey.
Yes.
You dig what I'm saying? This is so big to me right now.
You John Wick with his dog.
You're gonna have to replant that. Once it starts to grow, you're gonna have to. That's when you're gonna start seeing the magic of it because it's not gonna fit in that pot. Just like we don't fit in certain spaces anymore or relationships with friends or family.
And this is where they start us at a little ass pot in your little ass neighborhood. Right, the rose that grew from concrete. Right, my guy Pop.
That's me. Yeah, I'm that rose.
So shit, I got this hey man,
plant.
My sister, the plant swap this weekend. Please send me something so I can promote it. The plant swap.
Man, my eye got watery over there.
Well, don't cry, man.
It did. My eye got watery over there when that just came. It just came to me like that, Kev. And my eye got watery. I ain't bullshit, man.
That plant bad.
You an outlaw. You an outlaw. Hold your shit. You an outlaw. You better get right. You can't come on Outlaw Radio. You can't come on Outlaw Radio tomorrow, boy.
Thank you. Thank you. Really, I do. Thank you.
Sing him a DeBarge song. What would I do to make me feel so good? Yeah. More precious than anything. Whatever.
So you can register on Facebook on the event tab. You can also go to Eventbrite, Miss Soil Sister, the Plant Swap. We're going to be at the Sherman Phoenix from 9:30 to 12:30. We're going to have the registration and gathering will be from 9 to 9:30. Opening ceremony and libations 10 to 10:15. 10:15 to 11 is the panel behind the Plant Magic. And moving on from there, we're going to have a plant swap from 11 to 12. 12:30 is just closing, and we're going to have a cleanup effort. That's a team effort. So come on out.
Team.
Bring some gloves.
Y'all ain't
for
getting my plant.
children.
I ain't trading mine.
Let's keep their hands warm while they go outside and play in the soil.
I'm in love.
Well, no. You know what? I really love that because I can't stand driving down these streets and seeing a mother on the corner with a child that's not dressed for the cold. When I see these sisters and me as a black man, because mine have never gone through that. My children, Daddy always had a car. Daddy had the whip. Mom's had a whip. If hers was broke down, we never had right. But everybody's not us and everybody's not them, and by no fault of your own. So you got to move how you move. And I always feel bad when I see sisters in this cold with little children that are not dressed for the cold. So one of the most important things, aside from the agricultural thing that you're talking about, is the collection of the coats and the hats and the scarves and the
gloves and scarves, no coats, because we don't have
no coats.
That. Just hats.
Okay, well,
scarves, gloves, things like that. I'm saying gloves because it kind of goes with the theme of, putting your hands in the dirt when they out there. They want to play in the snow and eat the snow, all that. And
without a coat, though,
it's other organizations that's doing that. It's just that right now, that's what we have the capacity to collect.
It all comes together like butt cheeks.
That's big in itself. That's big in itself.
Like butt cheeks.
That's big in itself because you also see a lot of kids with coats and no gloves and hats on.
Right. That too.
I mean? So
and guess what?
It works too.
All the moms and dads out there, they always lose their gloves, right?
Always.
They're gonna lose a coat too. My son lost 2 coats in 1 year, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Right. Beat your ass, boy.
The gloves.
I just left Burlington Coat Factory.
They don't have to put socks on their hands. I used to get punished like that. So you lost your gloves, go put some socks on your hands. So
it's all about love in the community.
You don't want your hands to be cold.
So bring that out. If you don't have a plant, that's fine. Come, pay your $5. Come socialize, fellowship with everybody, learn some things, think about what you're gonna take on your journey, and
what you leave behind.
What you leave.
What's
behind.
her name?
Soil Sister.
I ain't leaving her behind. I might leave Boom
Chica. Sister, Soil Sister.
Well, that's
Soil Sister.
I thought this was like for me. I'm in my new age mind. It's Bilal, so it's Soul Sister. He had a song called Soul Sister one time. And when I seen it, said Soil Sister. No, you must be my. So that's me. I'm old. I'm like that. I'm slanted like that.
Sister.
But you gotta hear the song on Bilal.
That's my Soil Sister. Hey, this is my Soil Sister right here. That's our connection.
I didn't get one, so I'm out the family, but it's all good.
And this is, for the brothers too. So it's just, for me, my love of plants came through the different women that have been in my life, like my sister-in-law who gave me my plant, my mother who was always outside, being one with the earth. And a lot of the just different states I've lived in or places or people I've been with. So just make sure that if you don't have one, that's okay. Come learn about it. You may get a surprise and actually get a plant from somebody. You never know. But share your stories on our page, _Soil Sister _ on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, ma'am. Make sure I want you to join the People's News Network. And that way, no matter what you have in moving forward, it can always be promoted. We up to about 800 people now. So it's a grassroots. It ain't like the whole Milwaukee with 60,000 now, because 60,000 people don't really want to know the truth. I trust that 800 more than I trust that 60,000, right? So to get with our group, we're always going to promote what you're doing on Outlaw Radio. Tomorrow night, we're going to have a great time. I can't wait. I'm pissing my pants for tomorrow night to come. Because I got to let off. Stephen A. Smith is going to get it tomorrow night. This whole Colin Kaepernick thing is amazing. I got so much to say. It took all I could do to not spill it over into my brother's show. But I did promise him when I gave him my platform that I let him do his thing with the holistic wellness. And he's on Outlaw Radio too. So he goes with us. So it ain't like he sits it out.
I'll be there.
Right. Sometimes he needs to be like, y'all crazy, but he be there. Yeah, so I want y'all to make sure y'all support this sister. When I get this information, it's going to be in the People's News Network consistently until the event happens. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever I can do. I want people to go down there, plant swap.
So if you got thriving plants that need to be thinned or separated, this is your chance to share with others. You don't have to bring a whole plant, but it needs to be healthy and thriving. If you have a plant that you can't take care of, or you had to bring a lot of your plants in for the cold and your house is overcrowded, bring some and share. You know?
Or you want to bless somebody with their first plant on their new journey.
Planting-otomy. There's many different ways to skin a cat, man. We got to stop getting away from circular tunnel vision, and we got to stop getting away from silos, because you believe what you believe, but then you believe you're the only game in town, which is never true. Competition is the art of motivation. It's inherent to it. Y'all make sure y'all tune in tomorrow night. Like I said, we're going to have a good time. Shout out to everybody who tuned in tonight. It's the world-class smartass, my brother Kamar Carter, Kevin Barnes, the mouthpiece of the movement, a.k.a. the Negro Whisperer, Nature's Nature Herbs doing what we do. You can, if you want to get the herbs,
y'all watching
right? If you want to get the herbs, holler at my guy. I got a lot of random equipment laying around because I tried different shit, right? So look, I want to leave y'all. I thought about it, but I think that the quote we always close the show with is probably the most poignant one.
Hold on, I got another.
You got another one?
Yeah.
Let's hear yours. Put your Malcolm X glasses on.
We love black people who love black people.
Right. Take it from Talk to Teach, Listen to Learn.
Brother, shout out to Talk to Teach.
But to anybody who doubts what we say, you doubt the validity of what we say and what we present. Because I understand we're an underground kind of, I've dealt with a lot of politicians, and some of them utilized us on the way up, and they've gotten to a point where they're elected officials now, and they no longer want to give homage to the show. I got a lot of choice words that I can say to you, but I'm not going to say them tonight. You know who you are. And believe me, I'll say it to you face to face. I'm as big as I look on camera, trust me. I'm not insecure about no combat.
Peace, brother, peace.
Right. While eating and raising plants.
Brother.
But I do want to say this. The one way you can gauge whether or not you are a revolutionary or not, or if you are pro-black or not, if you're conscious or not, or if you're woke or not, is to ask yourself one simple question. And then to answer it with this statement. If your criticism of the black community is greater than your contribution, you're probably a coon. I'll see y'all tomorrow night.
Peace. Wakanda forever.
You say that every week, and I never know what it means. It's like Wakanda forever. What's that shit about? Like, we ain't ever.
I come from Wakanda. I come from Black Panther.
You come from Wisconsin.
That's what they used to say. They used to say Wakanda. They used to do this. Wakanda forever.
It sounds like you're saying Wisconsin forever. I'm not with the bullshit.
Well, that was very fun, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, YouTube is about to be over.